Hey guys!
It's Crystal.
And Chris, welcome back to Universal.
Welcome back.
We're back for a very special video, you guys. We've been looking forward to this one. We're super excited.
Yeah, we've been holding off on it.
Yes.
And we took all our trips and, you know, we've been thinking about it. We're like, we have to go film that video for them.
So you guys stay tuned. But before we get into that, guys, if you guys are new, hit that subscribe button. Turn on your notifications so every time we upload a video, you will get notified. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter. That's where it always goes down. And we always make our announcements on there first.
We're very active there, you guys.
So make
daily.
sure, make sure you guys follow us on there. All right, so for today, we are bringing you the ultimate, the best, the spookiest Halloween Horror Nights update here at Universal Studios Hollywood.
I don't know if they're ready.
I don't think you guys are ready for this.
We're in June, dude.
I know.
I don't know if they're ready.
We're in June, but if you guys love Halloween just as much as we do, which we go all out.
Yes, go watch our Halloween video from last year, right?
We have a whole playlist. We actually know a lot of you guys do love Halloween just as much as we do, which is awesome. But we are going to bring you the best Halloween Horror Nights update from Universal Studios Hollywood right now. But you know what? I think we should change up the atmosphere a little bit, right?
I feel like it's too bright out here.
It's too much light.
Spooky enough.
Doesn't really seem very Halloweenish.
No.
Boom! There you go.
Much better.
That is much better. It's dark outside. We got the spooky vibes going on. This is how you do a Halloween Horror Nights update at Universal Studios Hollywood. So as of right now, we're filming this, it's June. There's no official announcement yet for Halloween Horror Nights. But if you've been to the park, you guys see the mazes. They're setting it all up. They're gonna announce something very soon. Who knows, by the time you guys see this, they might have already announced something.
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed, because they do announce stuff as early as March. They've announced stuff in the past as early as March, June, July, and it just goes on through summer. They're announcing mazes. Obviously, it's a little different this year, so we're gonna go take a closer look at all of the updates here for Halloween Horror Nights 2021. You ready?
I'm so excited.
Let's go. So right off the bat, no pun intended, but who remembers when Chucky was hosting Halloween Horror Nights a few years ago? They literally had a Chucky up there. Do you remember that part? I don't know if you came that time.
No, I don't think I came that time.
Yeah, they literally had Chucky, like animatronic right there.
Serious?
And he would interact with the crowd right here in the entrance, because we'll get more into it, but during the Terror Tram, he's the one that took over the Terror Tram.
What?
Yeah, it was super themed. I don't think you...
Salty, I missed that.
Yeah,
what?
Why'd you miss that?
Well, I don't know. Well, I don't know. I wasn't scared at home.
Yeah, no, she was totally scared. That's why she didn't come. But yeah, guys, who remembers that? Like, literally, that was so much fun. I think that was like 2-3 years ago. One of the biggest questions that we have, because you know what? They're building sets, they're building mazes.
Yes.
A lot of stuff is behind the scenes. We can't really tell what's going on right now, since there's been no official announcement.
Yeah, we haven't heard any official announcements. So right now we're kind of just going based off of what we actually see.
What we can see, exactly. But one of the biggest questions we have is, are they gonna have scare zones? Because if you've been to Halloween Horror Nights here at Universal, you guys know they have scare zones.
Yes.
And one of the coolest ones is right here in the entrance.
Right when you come in, you guys.
I close my eyes and I can already hear the chainsaws.
I know. I remember when, like, my first time coming, I was like, right away, I was so scared because I had seen, like, videos and stuff like that. So I'm like, oh my god, like, as soon as you come in, they're gonna, like, come at you.
Yeah.
But the whole time I was like, don't act scared, because you guys,
they chase you.
If you have like a face of terror,
if you're scared,
they will chase you.
They're gonna scare you even more. They're gonna come after you.
So you know, I was like here just walking normal.
She was holding onto my arm.
I was like
she was holding onto my arm so tight. We don't know if they're gonna have scare zones, but just thinking about Halloween Horror Nights, what is Halloween Horror Nights without scare zones?
I know.
And without the sound of chainsaws and people screaming and running. I love those sounds. It brings joy to my heart.
I know.
And just so you guys know, Universal usually does start celebrating Halloween Horror Nights in September. Like, I think mid to late September maybe, and then it goes on till like the 1st or 2nd of November.
Yes.
Depending on what day Halloween falls on.
Which you're not mad about.
Yeah.
I love that they stretch it out.
We'll get more into that.
Yeah, besides October.
We'll get more into that in a bit.
remember, like, one of my fondest memories is in 2019. We decided to eat here at Hollywood and Dine. We're sitting right here at this table. And you guys, this is like the best seat. You know why? Because there's a scare zone right here as you walk into the park. And all you see is like people getting so scared. Like they're like throwing the chainsaws at them and people are running. You see people screaming and sometimes they even come up close to you while you're eating. Yes, and they scare you. You guys, hopefully they have that this year.
All right, so the first update is gonna be coming from Waterworld. All right, so we're here in front of Waterworld. So if you guys remember, in 2019, this maze, because they have a maze right here in the beginning, this was actually House of a Thousand Corpses. But so far, from what we've seen and what we know, it's speculated and it's rumored that this one's actually gonna be Halloween 3. And how do we know that? Because the Waterworld show is actually now on. And there's a certain section when you're in line getting ready to get seated where you can kind of peek into the construction for the Halloween Horror Nights maze. And there's a little sign from a building and they've tied and they found, you know, the internet does its research, that they've tied that sign, the name of the building, to Halloween 3. So that we're speculating, it's rumored this is gonna be a Halloween 3 maze. And one thing I do wanna mention, you guys, so we can't forget about the queues and the lines, right? Because everyone's just talking about the mazes, but what about the lines? So what we've done, and here's a pro tip, because this is right by the entrance to the park. The times that we've come to Halloween Horror Nights, we look to this side, and of course it's the first maze, it's the first one you want to do. We normally skip this one, we save it for the last maze of the night, if it's worth it. If it's something that you like and you think you're gonna like, do this one last. Even then, depending on the day, it might be really busy. So it's super exciting. We don't know what's gonna be here because they haven't announced anything. But fingers crossed, you know what? It might just be Michael Myers and Halloween 3. Moving along, so if some of you guys do remember, this used to be the Walking Dead maze, which was one of our favorites.
You guys, this was the first thing we would get on as soon as we walked into the park.
We had to come on the Walking Dead maze. So it was open year-round, and yes, they would actually scare you. It was just like a Halloween Horror Nights maze, but this closed down, I believe, it was probably, what, March of last year?
Yeah, we have a whole video on it,
2020, yeah, before everything happened. But, you know, some of the questions that have been raised are like, yo, it still says the Harrison Memorial Hospital up there. Rumor has it they may or may not have done any work or changes to the inside. You used to line up right here where it says Hudson Cafe, and that would take you into the actual hospital, and then yeah, it would be literally be a maze, and it would scare you.
I feel like under the circumstances that we are in, with like them being limited with construction and stuff like that, like it would make so much sense if they just open it up.
They should. You know what? We don't know what's happening.
I know.
It would be such a surprise if they do come back with The Walking Dead just for Halloween Horror Nights.
I would be so happy.
That would
I'm
be so cool.
ready. If this comes back, I'm gonna go bonkers.
Yeah, we won't know, guys, until only time will tell. Up next, we're here at the Parisian Courtyard, where we have this awesome and odd looking facade. What does it look like to you?
I feel like this is the one that we've like, there's been a lot more speculation going on just because it's out here, you know, and a lot of people can see it, and like, we're like, what is it? Like every time there's something new,
you can't hide. Like whatever is gonna be on here, like you can't hide it.
Yes,
we're gonna know right away.
You could see the top half of it, so we're like, you know.
So this one's actually right next to Mel's Diner. They have the Fast and the Furious cars right here. Right across Kung Fu Panda. You know, they recently added more woodwork, so that actually does look like a book to me.
It does. So, I can see it now.
Yeah, you can kind of tell, right? Like, I mean, I don't know what else it would be. Watch us totally be wrong.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like,
you just never know.
That's like, I don't know. That's the awesome thing about speculations.
Yeah, it's
like,
so exciting.
You know, you're just like, what is it gonna be?
Yeah,
like, you know, like, were we right? Were we wrong?
Until you see the final product, you're gonna be super happy. But in 2019, this was actually Holidays in Hell, and we went on that one. I remember that one. It was really fun.
I remember that one
because they pay homage to like all the holidays, but like with a twist, with like a Halloween spooky twist. And it's rumored that, you know, because it looks like a book, this might be Creepshow. For you OGs, if you guys know about Creepshow, pretty creepy, pretty cool though.
I have to watch those movies.
You do.
I do.
And here we are on Front Street, and remember guys, for the holidays in hell, as soon as you would exit the maze, you would exit from here, and they did have like a little scare zone here. So we want to keep bringing up those scare zones because we don't know if they're going to be able to get close to you. Are they going to have scare zones?
I really hope they do have this scare zone because like this is like meant for a scare zone. It's
yeah,
like a whole street.
It's already
perfect.
dark here. Like imagine the fog and the creepy sounds and the creepy music. Like come on.
They need to bring it back.
We need it for sure. Here we are halfway down to the lower line, which is one of the best views. Come on, you guys, look at this view right here. It's already dark.
You guys have to experience it.
I love it. It's perfect. Just wait till it gets to October, nice and chilly with all the screams. Oh, it's a perfect combination.
Oh my god, yes. And I love it after hours.
After hours is the best. So what we do want to talk about is the maze behind the mummy, which is actually this long black tent right there. So it actually looks like there's some movement down there right now. This is a Friday in June. The park does close at 10, which is why we decided to come. But yeah, guys, look, I see some lights. You guys see that? You see that?
I see it. And you guys, this is another one that has been up for a while.
Yeah, they never took this one down.
Last year.
Since 2020, yeah, they never took this one down.
Which is crazy.
But you know what? In 2019, this was the Killer Clowns from Outer Space maze, which was super trippy. I remember that one. It was really cool. But back in 2018, this was actually the Shining maze, which was probably one of my favorite mazes of all time. It was so good because if you've seen The Shining, which is an 80s movie,
it's pretty scary.
Yeah, it was really good. It's so,
just the name of it, I'm like, what? The Shining.
So crazy. But yeah, guys, we have no idea. I mean, we're gonna get down there right now, show you a little bit more. But yeah, this tent's been up. I'm so happy that they're gonna use it. I see lights. You guys keep seeing those lights flicker?
I know. I'm like, what are they testing? Are they testing like a strobe?
That looks like, those look like car lights that are flickering because they keep flickering. You see that?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Let us know in the comments what you guys know, what you guys think. That's really interesting.
That's one thing about Universal though, you guys. They really know how to utilize their space. Like, look.
They literally fit a maze in between two small buildings and one big building. One of our favorite things to do was to come to Halloween Horror Nights on Thursday. You remember, right?
Yes,
oh my
that was
God.
like one of my favorite memories of Halloween Horror Nights. And that's actually what kind of made me fall in love with it too. Like, it was part of it.
Yeah, we're not gonna lie. She was always a little more scared about Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah.
And I've always been into everything Halloween, everything spooky.
I'll admit it only here in this video. We're not gonna talk about it ever again.
Don't bring it up ever again. But she was kind of scared in the beginning. But we started coming in 2018, 2019. I've been coming since I was a kid to Halloween Horror Nights.
You guys, and we've been dating for a while, but like he would actually come without me.
I would, because I knew she was gonna come.
I'd be like, I have plans, babe.
I have to go to.
It's okay, you go.
You go. I'm gonna go to church.
You're like, babe, you don't even go to church.
Say no more. All right, see you later. I'm going to Halloween Horror Nights. I'm going to Not Scary Farm. I'm doing all that.
Kind of sad though. I missed out on like all those years.
That's what I've been telling her.
I appreciate it a lot more.
Yes. Now, especially after 2020, we're all looking forward to it. So, hope fingers crossed, it'll be flawless.
Fingers crossed, toes crossed, eyes crossed.
Pretty scary. Yo, that's pretty scary right there. That's pretty scary. But no, guys, look, whatever we get, we're gonna be grateful for it. Even if they have 2 mazes, 1 maze, they might include it during the day. Hey, I don't care. Whatever it is, we're gonna be grateful for it because we missed out on 2020's Halloween Horror Nights.
I agree, which is like the same thing we felt as soon as they opened the park.
Yes, we're super grateful. Halloween's right around the corner. We'll see what we get. Yeah, so one of the things that really made Crystal fall in love with Halloween Horror Nights, which I think was actually new for the first time here at Universal back in 2019, was they had 80s Throwback Thursdays.
You guys,
yes.
It was so much fun.
What does that mean? It was they literally had a stage right down here, right here in front of Jurassic World. They had a live band play some of the best 80s music every Thursday.
And Beetlejuice was the host.
Beetlejuice was the host.
Which, let me mention.
Yes.
That is one thing that I miss, you guys. Usually when we would walk into the park, Beetlejuice was one of the first people that
all
we
the
would see
characters.
coming in the side,
yeah.
like right before going into Walking Dead.
Yep.
He would like greet us.
He would
right?
always be interacting with the crowd there.
Yes, and we haven't seen him.
We haven't. Beetlejuice, we miss you.
We miss you.
We hope to see you by Halloween. So yeah, it was hosted by Beetlejuice. He literally was the MC, and there was a live band playing some of the best 80s songs. It was such a vibe, you guys.
So awesome, and like now thinking back at it, like
Looking
all
back,
that we've been through, like
right down here in the lower lot.
I know, like there's so many memories here. That's why the first time we came back to the park, I'm like,
You missed it.
yeah, I missed it so much.
If there's any footage that we have, we'll insert it right here.
Yes.
But let's not even get started on the lower lot. There's so much that happened down here for Horror Nights. Let's go see what's new. So here we are down in the lower lot. This is actually the entrance into the Metro sets, into the back lot. So if you guys do remember, for the maze that they have behind the mummy, this is how you get there. Right behind those gates, you'll see the entrance to the maze, and there's a line that wraps around through the back of the building. That's how we would get there. One thing we do want to mention, we did hop on the studio tour today, and we don't know if they're going to use the Metro sets for any mazes, because in the past, they have been using the Metro sets. Who remembers walking through the toxic tunnel? You remember walking through the toxic tunnel?
How can you forget that?
You can't forget the toxic tunnel. It was so much fun, but we don't know if we're gonna get toxic tunnel. We don't know if we're gonna get the terror tram. We got some footage on the studio tour just to remind you guys and show you guys. Our speculation is, since they do have that tent and that maze behind the mummy building, which is right here, they might have these gates open for something, because this is normally where we have the entrance for that maze. And we are Platinum Pass members. I'm sure some of you guys have heard, with Platinum Pass, we don't have any blackout dates, and we do have express once per ride per day. But we do want to let you guys know, if you do decide to get Platinum or upgrade to Platinum, Halloween Horror Nights is a completely separate event. So what does that mean? You don't get to skip the lines on Halloween Horror Nights, because it's a completely separate event. You have to wait in line with everyone else. But we do get one free Halloween Horror Nights entrance. All we have to do is look at the calendar and make sure we can come on that specific date. Another thing we want to mention, there is a soundstage right behind Transformers that they have used for the Stranger Things maze. You remember that one?
Yes, that is one that is actually very busy all the time.
It was really popular.
Yeah, that's actually one that we've never been able to go through.
Just because the wait time has been so ridiculous. But of course, you can see some people there. They're actually using that for the Transformers line, but there is a soundstage back there. I mean, it would be really cool if they ended up surprising us with a soundstage maze back there for Halloween Horror Nights after all.
I agree, and they already have the queue going on, so I mean...
They got the space for it.
Yes.
You know what? Normally Halloween Horror Nights, they have like 10 different mazes.
Yes, 5 scare zones.
5 different scare zones. And you know what? Their ticket prices are anywhere from like 60 to 100 bucks.
Yeah, to like $100.
Yeah, the closer you get to Halloween, the more expensive it is.
It depends what day of the week it is, and
Obviously,
how close it is to like Halloween.
Yeah, obviously weekends are more expensive. We did notice that like Halloween weekend isn't as expensive, but the week before that it really is.
Yeah, and I mean it makes sense, because usually people have planned for Halloween.
For Halloween, exactly. So in 2019, we literally came to Universal Halloween Horror Nights 4 different times.
Yeah.
And we just couldn't help it. We didn't plan on doing it. We were just like, Halloween Horror Nights, Thursday, 80s night, Friday, let's just do it.
Those 80s nights
Yes.
were like legendary.
So much fun.
They were so much fun.
What we should have done is bought like the frequent Friday, I don't know what they called it. They had a pass where you can just buy the pass and come anytime you want it.
Yeah,
for Halloween Horror
You
Nights.
guys, this is why we're bringing it up, because
If they're offering it this year, we're gonna get
Yes,
it.
we're
gonna
get it.
come to Halloween Horror Nights every single day that they have it. It's totally worth it.
it is.
One of the things that we do remember is that they do have carnival games.
Yeah.
And they had Halloween themed prizes.
Yeah, and we say would, because I mean we don't know what's gonna happen this year.
Yeah, exactly.
We thought it was so cool that it kind of separated itself from like regular theme park.
Yeah.
Like
Merch.
play games, merch. Yeah.
All the prizes. We did win a minion, and he's literally dressed up like a vampire.
I know.
We're
And
not-
we set him up in our house
We're not giving him
for
away.
Halloween.
We're keeping him forever because it's so cool. Every time we win, we give it away to a kid.
Our prices away.
We always give our prices away every time. Happy Halloween, guys. So let's talk about the merch. In 2019, the whole theme of Halloween Horror Nights was like retro.
Yeah.
80s. They had the Ghostbusters made. They had so many awesome merchant, like shirts, pins, all this awesome stuff.
I'm so glad I didn't miss out on that.
Yeah, but we did notice the merch goes on sale right away as soon as Halloween Horror Nights is over. It's like 10, 25, 50, 60% off. So keep an eye out for those.
You guys
She bought like 2 shirts for like less than $10.
Yes,
$12.
which normally it's like 30 plus.
One is like
shirt.
10, 15, 20 bucks. Yeah, so keep an eye out for the sales. If they do have Halloween Horror Nights merch, it's gonna be on sale as soon as Halloween Horror Nights is over. We also have to mention the studio tour because, you know, who remembers the Terror Tram?
I know.
Right, like the Terror Tram was so awesome. They would literally take you back, and you know, you would walk through some of the sets in the back lot, like and it was so cool.
Such a Halloween vibe. I hope they bring that back.
I don't think they are.
I need to experience that again because you know what? The first year I was a little bit scared, but I feel like if they bring it back, I'm gonna enjoy it so much more. I'm gonna appreciate it so much more.
I agree because you know what? We went on a studio tour earlier today. We took some footage. You would hop on the tram. They would drop you off in front of the Bates Motel. And it was like, yo, good luck. You gotta walk through these mazes and all the chainsaws and they would scare you. It was so much fun.
How cool is that, you guys?
Just
like
thinking about it.
You got to walk out of the tram. They opened the doors for you. Good luck.
You're on your own. But yeah, it would be so cool if they did have the Terror Tram. In 2019, they didn't have it. And I think that was like the first time since like 2001 or something.
Which is why I questioned. I'm like, I don't know if they didn't have it in 2019. I'm like,
back in 2019, they had mazes back there. The queue for the studio tour, they just turned it into a queue for a maze because there was 2 mazes back there. I think it was the Us maze, which was really good.
I remember that.
You remember that one? That one was really good.
One.
They had that one. I think the other one was Pandora's Box or something like that. But they don't have mazes in that exact location. Let's see if we can grab a sneak peek of where the mazes are at this time. Also, the one and only time we saw a show for Halloween Horror Nights was in 2019. It was the Jabberwockies. How good were they?
You guys, they were amazing.
They were so good.
We actually want to go see them in Vegas now.
Yes.
That's how good they are. Because we're like, if the production here was so awesome, imagine in Vegas.
A Vegas production. Heads up, they're at the MGM Grand. Sneak peek, just letting y'all know.
Just letting you know.
But they did have the Jabberwockies back here. Just a heads up, because you know what? If they're bringing it back this year, you know we're gonna be at the Jabberwocky show here. All right, so here we are in front of the Curious George parking lot because look, this is where you get the best view of these 2 mazes that are going up. The studio tram literally passes right back there if you can see where that little cart is at. The studio tour, the Fast and Furious Supercharged, it ends right there and you go down this way. So you get to see these 2 mazes. So you know what rumors are, speculations are. One of these 2 might be the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. We really don't know, but all we know is that these tents are up. The woodwork has begun. If they want to be on time or on schedule, they definitely want to be done, but probably by September, mid-September, late September.
Yeah.
You can kind of see in front of this tent right here. There's a little. That's probably like what, 15 feet tall. Nothing but woodwork. So that's going to be the entrance to the maze. With this one right here, this one looks pretty big too, but we can't really tell yet.
Yeah.
And if you are wondering, you can see Hogwarts in the distance there. Waterworld's not too far from here. And back in 2019, they did have the Us, and I think it was Pandora's Box. Not too far from here as well. So it's not going to be that much of a walk to get back here. They have different ways for people to get back here. It's not that long of a walk because if you've done the Toxic Tunnel back into the Metro sets, that's a pretty long walk too. All we got to do is either walk from behind Waterworld or by the studio tour loading area. Just walk down a little path and we'll be down here. We'll get 2 mazes. And you know what? 2 mazes? I think that's worth it if we're going to walk this much.
Yeah, and I have to add on, babe. I love how, that's one thing that I love about Halloween Horror Nights. They bring us a whole other side of Universal Studios.
Yeah, you like little areas that you normally don't get to go by.
Yes, I love it.
Give this video a thumbs up because you guys, we're so excited for Halloween Horror Nights. We're just waiting for that announcement. Follow us on Instagram. We will bring those latest announcements to you as soon as they come out. All right, so that does it for this Halloween Horror Nights update. We really hope you guys really enjoyed that.
That was actually one of my favorite videos to film because it like took me back to memory lane.
Yeah, it really did. And you know what? As of right now, we're like less than 4.5 months away from Halloween. And again, we love Halloween. We hope you guys enjoy Halloween. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below your favorite Halloween Horror Nights maze or experience or memory. We really want to know.
Yeah, I actually want to know your favorite Halloween Horror Nights memory.
And don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter. We're going to be counting down the days to Halloween, so we hope you guys count down with us. We'll see you guys in the next video, guys. Thanks for tuning in from Universal Studios Hollywood. We'll see you guys next time.